friend, how are you doing today? My name is Mary, this is Happilyeveresch, and welcome back to Vlogmas. We have been going strong in Vlogmas, and I'm bringing you another video today, and it's a little different video. Some could argue that it's bookish. I think many a bookish person enjoys a nice hot cup of tea, and I am no different. I am one of those bookish people. I am so partial to a nice warm cup of tea in the winter time. I sometimes even prefer it to coffee. There's something cozy and enveloping and calming about brewing a nice cup of tea and making it to your liking and sitting down and kind of cuddling up in a reading spot, or just, you know, enjoying the cold, cozy day. So I have a fun little fa la 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 mug. I thrifted this, but I think it was originally, yeah, it's from the Threshold brand at Target. I'm not sure if they still have it this year, but I do think it's quite darling. So let's jump on into talking about my favorite winter cozy time teas. So I did try to kind of pick my tried and true favorites. I have five or six here to talk about. So let's just hop on in. My most beloved tea is Earl Grey, and you'll see a theme here of what I kind of like. I have a very particular taste, which I'm sure lots of people do with their tea and coffee, but I have so many fond memories connected to Earl Grey. My friends in high school, we used to have tea parties, and it was just so lovely. My friend Cody had this gorgeous tea set from China that was kind of like a family heirloom, and he'd pack it up and we'd have, you know, biscuits and jam, and we just have tea time, and it was always Earl Grey, and it was probably some of the first hot tea that I drank. My mom did enjoy a nice cup of tea every once in a while, but neither one of my parents are big tea or coffee drinkers, or at least they weren't when I was in high school, and when I was younger. They tend to now, so that's just kind of funny. And so every time I drink Earl Grey, it reminds me of those sweet memories and those sweet times. I might be go do some Facebook digging and see if I can find a picture, but it was just such a lovely time to sit and have tea with friends, and it was just always a special fancy kind of event because we got this fancy tea set out. So my favorite type of Earl Grey is the Twinings brand. It's what we drank when I first started, so I don't know if it's just because that's my first introduction to Earl Grey, but I do love the Twinings Earl Grey. I'm all out of that right now, and I decided to try something new, and I quite enjoy it. It's not quite up there with Twinings for me, but I am enjoying it. And that's the Tea Pigs brand. So this is the Earl Grey Strong, so it does have very, I'd say pretty intense, bergamot and other flavorings in it, though I would say the Twinings is a little stronger, in my opinion, a little more rich in flavor, but this one is still a good one. And Tea Pigs just does it right with their packaging and this cardboard. I love that. I love that these are compostable, and I can throw it in with my coffee grounds and compost them, so that's really fun too. But I am enjoying this Earl Grey as well. I also love a good cup of chai. There's something so spicy and delicious about chai. And I have two blends here. They don't explicitly say that they're chai, but that's what they taste like. This is some of the first tea that I got when I started Sips By. I don't do that anymore, or Sips By, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. I don't do that subscription anymore because I've kind of figured out what I like, but it was a great way to kind of try some new things. And this is one that my husband also adores, and so we drink it quite frequently, and we've gone through a couple orders of it. The brand is Nepal Tea. I love going through their website, and you can kind of see where they source their teas. It's very cool, kind of the traditions with their teas. It's a brand that I really love and support, kind of what they're doing. So I have a brand new package of the Nepali breakfast tea, which is just black tea and spices, and is start the day the Nepalese way with our unique Masala Chia. It's got black tea, black pepper, cloves, green cardamom, and cinnamon. I love cardamom. I also have just a cardamom tea that I sometimes drink. I would prefer more of a chai blend, but this is my favorite. I haven't found anything that beats it. It's so delicious and smooth and easy to drink, and I highly, highly, highly recommend this. We're working our way through a package right now, but like everything is peeled off, and but this is delicious. I also have one that's a little like fancier because it's a gold tea, but again, it's kind of a chai blend. I would read the notes to you, but it has fallen off, but it's gold tea with spices. So if you kind of want to branch out, but like a chai flavor, I would give this one a go. It's kind of fun, and I do like the gold tea notes. So those are my two chai blends that I love. I also love to make my own concentrate, but I do that more for iced tea, and that's definitely not something that I'm drinking in the winter time. All right, and now we've had our caffeine teas. We need a good herbal tea, and a sleepy time tea is just kind of what hits the spot for me. My favorite sleepy time tea is the Bigelow Sweet Dreams. There's something about this box with the home that's so cozy, and like the light being on, just enjoying your little cup of tea in bed before you go to sleep. I absolutely love it. But this is a blend of chamomile, mint. It also has hibiscus and rose blossoms and orange blossoms, so it makes it a really pretty pink color. And I put milk. I try not to do a lot of like honey or sugar in this because I don't need that like stimulation before I go to sleep. Sometimes I'll do a little bit of honey, but I definitely love that it turns pink. It makes just a beautiful cup of tea as well. But yeah, this is my favorite. I also have the Celestial Seasonings herbal sleepy time tea. Yeah, this one has the rosebud, but it doesn't have the hibiscus, so I think that's why it doesn't turn as pink in color as this one does. But this is also a good one. But yeah, the Bigelow is my favorite. I also have a vanilla sleepy time tea, and I know they have like a honey one, so they kind of have some more unique flavors if you want some different notes in your sleepy time tea. But this is also just a cozy box. It makes me just want to curl up in bed with my book on a cold night with a cup of tea. So these are both winners in my book. Okay, and now for some honorable mentions. I haven't had either one of these long enough to put them in a favorite category, but I enjoy them both immensely, so I thought, why not? We're doing a video about tea, might as well share them with you. First is a Harney & Sons Hot Cinnamon Spice Tea. This has orange and sweet clove, and oh my word, is this so yummy. I put honey in it a couple times, and I'm like, wow, it's really sweet when I do that. And if you like a little bit of sweetness to your tea, I really don't think you need to add any extra with this. If you want a little bit, of course, do what you want, add more, that's totally fine. But this has a natural sweetness to it, and this is like perfect Christmas holiday tea. It's so heavy and warm, and you like take a drink and it kind of warms your whole body like the way kind of a sip of wine does. Yeah, it definitely, if you like that kind of wine notes, I think that there's probably some similarities. Someone with more knowledge about like taste and how all that works could probably tell you the science behind that. I don't know, but I do love this, and this tin is so cute. And it's just, it's almost like a Red Hot. Like that's what it smells like when you take a sniff. So I do love this one. Again, it hasn't moved its way into like favorites status yet, but I think it could. I really enjoy this one. And then one that I super recently bought because Katie over at Life Between Words on her Instagram was talking about how much she loved this tea, and it was like such a treat. And I've had this brand before. It's the Yorkshire tea. I've had this brand before just to like make my chai blend, and I got like a huge box of it, but I don't usually just drink straight up black tea. I do like some like black teas that have the flavor in it, but I will straight up drink this because it's malty biscuit, and it does kind of have like a shortbread biscuity cookie taste to it. It's actually what I brewed for this video. It smells so lovely, and it's a very light flavor, so if you like black tea and just kind of want an extra touch of special, I think that this one is really unique, and I will keep you posted if it becomes a favorite after I work my way through the 40 tea bags. Those are my favorites. I'd love to know your thoughts on tea. Do you agree with my favorites? What are your favorites? If you will see, I'm not a big fruity tea person, especially not hot. I do like a nice iced, like peach tea or raspberry tea, but I really tend to gravitate towards the more spicy black teas. And then mint. I would say you could kind of see in my sleepy time tea, like the spearmint notes. I really like tea, like minty teas. I'm not a big green tea girl. We like our, sometimes some herbal teas and then our black teas. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. Please like if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you want to see more bookish videos from me. We're trucking right along in Vlogmas. I'm sure there might be some videos that you missed for Vlogmas. I will link the playlist down below that I decided to make. Alright, I think that's it. I have no more updates for you. Go enjoy a nice cup of tea, friends, and I'll talk to you later. Cheers!